Listen to me. If you are still single, don't be so sure that that's a bad thing. You don't know what God has saved you from. A woman got married, and as a good Christian, even if she was making significantly more money, she put the money in a joint account until one day she wanted to make a simple purchase. The card was declining, bam, 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 and she's wondering why. And then she checks the history, $135,000 gone. What happened? The husband spent it all, and guess where? On OnlyFans, adult sites. Squandered the family's money on adult sites. Listen to me. If you are still single, don't be so sure that that's a bad thing. You don't know what God has saved you from. There are many people who were dating people and the relationship didn't work, and then one of them went on to get married, and after a while I began to thank God for the person that they broke up with. I have seen at least 5 cases. Just yesterday somebody was telling me, because she has decided to leave her husband, and then she mentioned this other lady that this guy was dating does not know what God did for her. That's what she said. Just yesterday. I'll tell you one more story that was in the news. Just imagine the actor named Johnny Depp at the peak of his career, one of the highest paid and celebrated actors in the world, and all of a sudden, after running I think 1 or 2 parts of the popular Pirates of the Caribbean, he begins to lose endorsements. Nobody wants to work with him. His reputation was almost permanently damaged because his wife told the media that he was abusing her. Now, thankfully, he pushed back, took it to court. Not many people have that time. Not many people have that energy. And it was discovered not only was he innocent, she was the aggressor. So imagine, you are showing him hell in the house. As if that's not enough, you now want to ruin his reputation, ruin his career. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. You can be a genius in your career. You can build a company from the ground up. You get everything right, but who you got married to? And one person will raise the whole thing from the top to the bottom. It only takes days. It takes months to build a skyscraper, but it takes moments to bring it down. This sermon is a warning. Are you ready for the title of the sermon now? It is this: marriage is a business decision. What did I say? So what I'm trying to tell you is this: who you get married to can affect your career, can affect your health, can affect your finances, can affect your ministry. It can destroy. There is nothing else or nothing in your life that the wrong partner cannot destroy. Some people say poetically, there is no place in hell hotter than a woman's rage. And it's applicable to both genders, but the saying is targeted at women. If a woman mean you, only Jehovah only Jehovah. I read about an oil tycoon who was asked to pay $974 million to his wife in compensation for divorce. It's not my business to tell you who is right or wrong. I'm just here to tell you, at the end of the day, it's a business decision. Who you get married to is a business decision. And you know what's crazy? She didn't want to collect it at first. She felt she deserved more. True life story. But eventually she collected it grudgingly. And what I'm saying affects both genders. 50% of divorced women experience decline in their financial well-being, with many of them falling into poverty. Marriage is a business decision. The person by your side may need this desperately. Help me inconvenience the person for a bit and say, Pastor said I should tell you that marriage is a business decision. We need to talk about it. We just have to talk about it. Listen, was it not barely a few weeks ago that a so-called gospel artist in this country butchered his wife, his girlfriend, cut her into pieces? They found her body parts in pieces. When you're listening to a sermon like this, you think there is no way such a thing can happen to you. It's something, I'm letting you know. Before you talk about being happy in a home, it takes a lot of nerve to just sleep with a stranger in the same bed. It's not. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm telling you something that is a statistic reality. So don't just say God forbid. Shine your eyes. Watch for the signs. I'm going to tell you some of the things to look out for. And since it's a business decision, let's use business terms. In the business world, there is something called KYC. Have you heard of it before? What is KYC? So in this case, KYP, know your partner. Don't sit across the table on a date asking stupid questions, just saying foolish things. My view, your view, Jehovah overview. My friend, your life may be in danger, my friend. Pull out your paper, start the interview, ask serious questions. Not your elbow has it always been this nice? My friend, use your sense. Ask sensible questions. Look at Luke chapter 14 from verse 28. Please open your Bibles. Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first? I like this. It sounds very Nigeria. Please tell the person by your side, say sit down first. First sit down. You want to build a home? Sit down first. Let's talk about this. Let's plan. Sit down first. You're too anxious, too worried. A lot of single people are trying to run into marriage. A lot of married people are trying to run out. Sit down first. Be calculative. Don't just let your emotions drive you. It was Miles Monroe that made a very controversial statement. He said love is not enough. A lot of Christians like semantics. Love is patient, love is kind. I'm speaking in common language. When people hear the word love, what comes to their mind? That romantic impulse is not enough. That's what they meant, and I agree. I know when we see like this, our heart to be hitting bing, 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 bing. Or like a philosopher said, my heart go jiggy 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 bam bam, or something like that. But I think it was Tom Wayne or something. But let us first sit down and think. Does it make sense? And let me tell you something, guys. You are the ones more likely to make a mistake on this, and I'll tell you why. Because you see, women, they act like they're just all romantics, hopeless romantics. Women are more logical than men when it comes to who they will get married to. I told you last year, if you remember, it is men who have the romantic fantasy that a woman should accept them for who they are. And women think that's funny, that's cute. Women choose their spouses like they're making a career choice. Just like you have a good job, but you find a better one, and you go to your boss and say, it's been nice here. It's not you, it's me. I'm explaining why your last relationship ended. Let me tell you what they couldn't tell you. Bro,